1850s, John Baptist Greco, a devout Catholic lawyer, dreamed of bringing the Bible to life. Not with words, but with cement, wood, and devotion. On a hill in Waterbury, Connecticut, Greco and his volunteers built a miniature Holy Land, replicas of Bethlehem, Jerusalem, Nazareth. Tiny temples, stone paths, crosses, and shrines. 200 handmade structures, a sacred maze sculpted from recycled scraps. By the 1960s, over 40,000 pilgrims came each year. They called it the Holy Land of America, a miracle on a hill. Families prayed here. Lovers met here. Children ran through cardboard alleys named Via Dolorosa. But even miracles fade when the hands that built them stop moving. In 1984, Greco closed the park for renovations. He planned to rebuild it brighter, holier. A year later, he was gone. Without its shepherd, Holy Land fell silent. The paths filled with weeds. Paint peeled from the walls of Bethlehem. The angels lost their wings, and their faces. By the 1990s, only whispers remained. Explorers, vandals, and the curious came, not for prayer, but for thrill. They spoke of voices in the wind, of statues turning their heads under moonlight, of a presence that didn't want to be disturbed. This was no longer Holy Land. This was holy ground, forgotten by heaven. In 2010, the silence was broken. A 16-year-old girl, Chloe Ottman, and her friend came to Holy Land. What happened next turned faith to horror. Chloe was murdered here, beneath the great cross that once symbolized salvation. The town mourned, and Holy Land's name, once sacred, became cursed. What began as a monument of devotion became an altar of tragedy. From that moment, the hill was no longer a pilgrimage, it was a wound. In 2013, the town tried to heal. Volunteers rebuilt the massive cross, 18 meters high, glowing again above Waterbury. For a moment, it felt like faith had returned. But beyond that light, the ruins remained. Bethlehem still cracked. Jerusalem still silent. The cross shines, but the land beneath it still prays for resurrection. Holy Land USA was born to make the invisible seen, to bring heaven closer to earth. But perhaps the divine was never meant to be built, only believed. Created to inspire faith, and ended as an altar to abandonment. Here, the Holy Land did not ascend to heaven. It was devoured by time. This is Dark Atlas Files with Case DA file number 0041, Holy Land USA, Waterbury, Connecticut. A city of heaven, turned into earthly ruin. Subscribe and remember this place was built to make faith visible. Now, it stands as proof that even faith can decay.